Poor girl to be with rich man. She ran off the road to prove how much she loved him, scared the driver into a cold sweat. Jack rushed to pull Annie aside, scolded her for not wanting to live, but Annie said she couldn't live without him. Jack was speechless. Annie also said with tears in her eyes, she would regret missing Jack for the rest of her life. Jack was instantly moved by these words. Annie immediately went up to Jack and hugged him tightly. Just yesterday, Annie found Anna's mother. She wanted to make a deal with her. She wanted to be Jack's bride for Anna, even if it's only for one day, and the woman refused, deliberately angry. She says she won't take her life for granted. Annie begged the woman to do it for her. The woman had no choice but to agree. Annie said that if she didn't end up dead from the curse, she wanted to stay with Jack in his true identity, and the woman was delighted to hear it. What Annie didn't expect was that they had intended for her to die under the curse, so that Anna would replace her as a wealthy wife. To win Jack's heart back, she got into Jack's car and pretended to feel sorry for him. She said her legs were weak. She was weak. Jack had no choice but to take her home. Annie saw that he did not refuse her, so she said boldly, "I'll be his bride even if I only live one day." Jack was so angry that he pulled over. He told her to get lost. In the end, Annie proved her love for him with her life. Calmly, Jack recalled what Annie had said to him, and finally he was sure of his own heart. He went to Anna's mother to apologize. He hopes to start over with Anna. The cunning woman doesn't agree easily. The domineering Jack thought for a moment. He kneels before the woman and begs for forgiveness, but the woman says she cares more about her daughter's life, not about love. But then she calls Annie. She said Jack had come on his knees to ask for forgiveness, and had a lot of mixed feelings when she found out. The next morning she went to tease Jack, saying that she was not at home yesterday, and that she had missed Jack's performance. When he looked at Annie, who was still in her element, he was speechless, but Annie suddenly hugged him, in front of everyone, making Jack shy. Satisfied, Annie went home. She met the woman who had cheated her out of her money. She grabbed her by the hand, but the woman fights to get away. Annie immediately goes after the woman, but then Linda sees her passing by. Annie had to stop in pursuit. Annie had to stop and chase, but then she runs into Linda. She had to give up chasing the woman. Linda had hidden her, and she wants to repay her. On the other hand, Mike sends his secretary to investigate his stepmother, but there's nothing suspicious. Unbeknownst to him, the secretary has been paid off by his stepmother. Mike accidentally finds out that his sister has 2 mobile phones, checking the phone records and times on them, remembering the receipts from his stepmother's office. The stepmother had been in touch with her sister since she disappeared. At the same time, a famous local wizard comes to Annie's for dinner. He was shocked to see the bracelet on Annie's hand. He excitedly asks Annie where she got the bracelet from. Annie said it was a lucky stone from someone. The wizard looked at Annie's back with a look of regret. She said something like, "I'm afraid my life is in danger," but what she didn't expect was